Welcome to my review of the Peloton Tread, this amazing piece of exercise equipment, 1 month on, a real user review. And you might be asking, well, if you use it, why is it covered up with cloths? Well, within this review, I'm going to be giving you 3 tips. And the first tip is to look after your tread. Now, why have I got it covered up? Well, there are 3 main reasons that I've got this covered up. Firstly, I want to look after it, so I'm keeping it dust free. Secondly, this top cloth here, well, we get a lot of sun in this room and it gets very hot in this particular corner. We've got it sort of backing onto a window and this stops the sun from heating up the back of the monitor. So that's why we use this first cloth. And then we've also got a second cloth down here, and these are just like fleece blankets that you can buy anywhere. The reason we got this one down here is we play darts in the same room. Now, although this is a soft tip dartboard, if a dart did fall onto the tread, I don't want it getting damaged. So we also use this second cloth to cover up the actual tread part of the treadmill. So that's tip number 1. Now let's take a closer look at the treadmill in action, and then I'll show you the other tips. So do stay tuned for those. Now, before I move on to the main part of the review, I want to bring your attention to the referral code in the video description. If you're considering buying a Peloton Tread, a Peloton Bike or a Bike Plus, and you use my referral code, you get £100 or $100 off your accessories, and I get the same too. So it's a win-win situation. Check out the referral code in the video description. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I've been using the Peloton Tread for just over a month, about a month and a few days. And I'm going to share with you my experience about using the classes, the interface, and just my overall experience. But before I do that, I want to go back to delivery day and just let you know that if you're worried about having a piece of equipment like this installed, please do not worry. The Peloton Tread team are absolutely superb. They installed this in the exact position that I wanted it in, and then from a distance, because of current situations, they gave me some initial instructions on how to use the machine and also how to look after it. I'm going to be covering 2 extra tips in this video. So anyway, let's take a closer look at the user interface, and then I'll let you know how I've been getting on over the past month. So this is the user interface, and the screen, first of all, I must say, is very good quality. We've also got nice front-facing speakers. We've also got a privacy slider for the camera. And then we've got this main user interface. It's all touch control, so we can swipe through various instructors, daily picks. We can also swipe in this top corner for sort of live classes as well. So if you actually take part live, you get interaction from the instructor. We've also got featured classes that have already happened. We've got most popular right now, and you can scroll down to take part in challenges as well. And then if we look down the bottom here, we've got an area where we can switch between users. I'm on a guest account at the moment. We're on the main home screen. We can go into programs, and this gives us some details of various programs or challenges we can take part in. We've also got individual classes, and we can drill down into various categories as well. So we could actually go into running, or we could go into boot camp, or we can go into walking, strength, and these ones are off treadmill exercises. So you're going to use the exercise mat and do these off of the tread. We've also got cardio, stretching, yoga, and meditation. And we can scroll through these as well. You've got a lot more than just the main screen that comes up. We can also even filter these by instructor, length, class type, and subtitles as well. We've got a schedule we can set up. We've got challenges. If we go into challenges, for example, we've got an annual 2021 challenge, various challenges for the month. And then we can also go into more. We can just run and just use it without an exercise class, or we can do a scenic run where we can choose somewhere we want to walk through. And that's what I'm going to do today. I like these because you can choose to either walk or run at your own pace. So that's what I'm going to do today. Okay, let's have a little guide around the treadmill before I go for my run. So this is the main running platform just here. It's quite wide. It's marked with this central line, and it's very grippy, and the actual platform is also very, very stable as well. And if we come down underneath the treadmill, you'll see at the back here we've got 2 adjustable feet. These are height adjustable feet to get everything level. The team that install this get this level for you. And then at the front we've got a slightly different setup just at the front. If I just move this weight out of the way, we've got a little wheel at the front, and this is the incline part of the treadmill. So the treadmill will go up and down, and I'll show you that in action very shortly. And then we've got these front arms that come up, really nice design, and then obviously the monitor on the front there. And then if we step on the treadmill, so we go on from the back, we've got a couple of controls. We've got a control on the right and a control on the left. Now the control on the right controls the speed. So we've got a rotary dial. We rotate it forwards to go faster, and you'll see the treadmill has started. And we can rotate it the other way to go slower. So you'll see it's now going slower. It's also got a button in the middle, and we can push the button, and each time we push the button, the treadmill speeds up. Now if you want to slow down, you can either move the rotary dial to go slower, and it will gradually get slower, or if you want to stop the treadmill, you can push the stop button just here. And you'll notice when you push stop, it doesn't just suddenly grind to a halt, it gradually slows down to not moving. Now if you are running at a speed and you're really pushing yourself, I would recommend using the clip. This clips to your clothing. There's a magnet on the other end, so it's attached by a cord and a magnet, and then if you were to slip and fall off the treadmill, the magnet would detach and the treadmill would stop. Now just in front of the stop button there is a cup holder. It's a dual cup holder. I normally have water in here, my smartphone in here, and a little towel in here. And then on the left hand side we've got the incline control, and we can increase the incline or decrease the incline. Now it's worth noting that both of these controls have also got buttons in the middle. So with the speed one, each time you push the button, the treadmill will speed up by a preset amount. So I'm pressing the button, and each time the treadmill is getting faster. And the same with the incline button. If we're inclining the treadmill, each time we press, it will incline by a preset amount. Let me just jump off the treadmill and I'll show you it inclining. So I'm currently rotating that dial to make the treadmill incline to a steeper angle. It's a very smooth incline, and it makes it feel like you're either walking or hiking or running uphill. So there we go, it goes up really high. I think it's a 12 or 12.5% incline at the maximum. Very, very cool indeed. And then if we just come back round here and jump back onto the treadmill, I'll just show you these sort of bars. These are very, very nicely done. They're done in like a matte material. So if you've got sort of sweaty hands, they're still nice and grippy. It's a really high quality material. And then even a nice design touch around here. We've got this red line, the bolts are covered, and these arms obviously go all the way back down into the treadmill itself. And whilst we're in this sort of corner, in this top right corner, this is tip number 2. Now when I was looking at ordering the Peloton Tread, I couldn't find out where the power cable actually came out of the tread. So if I look down in this corner, you'll see that the power cable actually comes out of the front right hand side. So this is where the power cable exits, and it's quite a nice long power cable. But I wanted to give you a tip. You don't want any of the excess cable going underneath the tread and getting caught up in the belt, because if this is spinning fast, you do not want the power cable underneath the tread. So give a little bit of slack so that the tread can still incline and decline, and then actually use these little cable clips to clip the excess cable into your wall. You don't want anything down the side of the tread, nothing that can go under the tread and get caught in the belt. That's tip number 2. So now let's get on with my run. So I'm going to do a scenic run today. Let's put my heart rate monitor on and let's jump on the treadmill. So we're just going to do, should we do a Switzerland or a New Zealand? Let's do a New Zealand run. So we're going to tap on there. We're going to tap on start. We're going to turn my heart rate sensor on and wait till it shows that it's connected, which shouldn't take very long. It normally takes about maybe 10-15 seconds. And then we're going to click start. There we go. So now that's all connected. This is actually a polar sensor, and we're going to click start and we're good to go. So whilst you're doing your exercise, especially on these scenic ones, you get a really nice sense that you're where the runner was, and really nice scenery to take in. You also see a leaderboard on the right hand side of people that have previously done this particular class. And you also see your heart rate in the top left. There's a progress bar at the top, so you see sort of how much how much time you've got left in this particular class. And then you get all your statistics across the bottom. So you get details about the incline, which is currently set to 0. So I can push this up to a 1 degree or a 2 degree incline, and it shows me that. I also get my output, my pace, my current speed. And then down the bottom, total elevation, total output, calories burnt, and also distance covered. On the leaderboard, I can actually go to like a live leaderboard, and if there's anyone else taking this class at the same time, then I can actually give them a high five and give them some encouragement. Or I can look at the all-time leaderboard. So I'm going to do a little bit of a warm-up, just at let's go to say maybe a 2 miles per hour pace, or 2.5. Just a brisk walk to get things going, and then after my sort of heart rate increases and I'm a little bit more warmed up, we'll increase that speed to like a light jog or a light run. So I'm just coming to the end now, so it's decreased the incline all the way down, and we go down to a nice slow speed. So normally at the end of an exercise like this, you do like a cool down period and some stretches perhaps. You don't just want to stop and get off the treadmill and sit down, for example, so definitely important to stretch afterwards. Phew, that was good though. When you finished it, it allows you to rate the exercise or go into the workout details, and in the workout details it gives you some really nice statistics. Let's take a look at those statistics now. So this is what you're presented with after the workouts. You can go to like an overview, the calendar, workout history, achievements, activity, and music you listen to. This is the workout I just did. And then we've got the statistics just here. So achievements earned, all of the total outputs, average incline example, average speed, and then the heart rate throughout the exercise. And then we've also got the output in watts, pace, and speed. We can switch between here, and then incline as well. You do get the option to delete the workout if you need to. So really good details of what you've just achieved. This is absolutely superb. And if you're logged in on the app on your smartphone as well, this all synchronizes across to your smartphone too. So for tip number 3, we need to get back onto the treadmill and just go down to this front area here. A little bit tricky to get to. But you'll see in the middle of the treadmill, there are some red lines. And at the very front of the treadmill, just down there, this is on the actual underside or body of the treadmill, there are 2 red dots. And it's very important that this red line that runs in the middle of the belt is central between the 2 red dots. So to keep the belt central, you need to do a little bit of maintenance every now and again. And down the end here, there's these 2 caps. There's one here, and then there's another one just here. And you'll see there's a hole in each one. And you get a little toolkit supplied with your Peloton Tread, and you want to put the Allen key into these holes, and then you turn it, and this adjusts where this central line is. And you just want to make sure that it's central between those 2 dots at the front of the tread. So what do I actually think of the Peloton Tread? Is it a yes or a no? Well, it's a big, big yes from me actually. It's a really positive experience. Now, of course, you've got that initial investment, and it's an expensive piece of equipment. It's not cheap. So you either have to pay for it outright, or you take advantage of Peloton's easy payment plans. And I'm pretty sure there's 0% interest as well. So you don't pay any more for the tread, and you can spread the cost over quite a long period of time. And then you've got the subscription cost, and people will say, well, that's another added cost. You're paying X amount per month to access the live classes and the pre-recorded classes and those scenic runs like you saw me doing today. And yes, that is an additional cost, but take this into account. If there's more than one of you, so perhaps you've got 2, 3 or 4 or maybe more members in your family, you don't need a subscription each. You can all share that subscription, and you can even add a guest account like you saw me using today. So that sort of makes the cost a lot more manageable, because, for example, if there's 4 people using it, that subscription cost can be divided amongst the 4 people. So it adds up to quite a good value, really. My experience with the actual treadmill itself has been really extremely good. It's a rock solid piece of equipment. It doesn't feel like a cheap treadmill. It feels very, very stable and very well made. The screen is superb. The speakers are superb. I've got mine connected via Wi-Fi as well, and that's been very, very stable. And I've just really been enjoying it. It's got me a lot more active again. I get the encouragement from the trainers as well, and that happens even if it's a pre-recorded class. So if you're doing a live class, you get that feedback throughout the class. If you're doing a pre-recorded one, of course, you know, they're not going to talk to you directly, but they still give you really good encouragement. They tell you exactly what they're doing during the class. So whether to increase your speed, whether to increase or decrease the incline. And they really do give you some great encouragement. And then you have a cool down at the end. You can even, after you've done a main exercise class, take a cool down class afterwards. So it really is great. It certainly beats going to the gym for me, in my personal experience. So can I recommend it? For me, it's been really great, and I certainly can. If you're going to buy one for yourself, obviously consider the cost. If you want to get that £100 or $100 off your accessories, use my referral code, of course, that's down in the video description area. And if you've got any questions at all about the setup, would it fit in your space, for example, then ask away. Let me know if you've got any questions or comments in the comments section below. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. I'll do another update again on the Peloton Tread. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. And I'll see you in another video very, very soon.